Have you ever pondered the possibility of time travel? And if so, what if you had the chance to share the gospel with some of the most iconic figures in history? Now, imagine if those figures were none other than the comedy legends, Laurel and Hardy. Sounds like a plot for a whimsical comedy caper, right? But for Jerry Cross, this became a reality. Jerry Cross, a man as common as a slice of bread, found himself in possession of a rather uncommon device, a time machine. One day, he decided to take it for a spin, not to the future, but to the past. Jerry had a mission, an unusual one at that. He wanted to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with Laurel and Hardy. So, there he was, in the roaring 20s, standing before the comedy duo themselves. Laurel, with his thin smile, and Hardy, round and jovial, looked at Jerry with curious eyes. The man from the future cleared his throat and started speaking of the gospel. He talked about love, redemption, and forgiveness. He spoke passionately, hoping to make an impact. But the more Jerry spoke, the more Laurel and Hardy's laughter echoed in the room. They found it hilarious, a man speaking of such profound things. They thought it was a part of a skit, a new form of comedy perhaps. The more Jerry tried to convince them, the louder their laughter grew. It was a sight to behold. The comedy duo laughing at the gospel, not out of mockery, but purely due to the absurdity of the situation. Finally, Jerry gave up, realizing that his mission had turned into a comedy of errors. But he wasn't disheartened. Instead, he laughed along with Laurel and Hardy. After all, it was not every day that you make the legendary comedy duo laugh. With a heart full of laughter and a little disappointment, Jerry returned to his time machine. The dial turned, the machine whirred, and in a blink he was back in the present. Upon his return, Jerry shared his unusual journey with his friend Brett. As he narrated his encounter with Laurel and Hardy, Brett's eyes widened in disbelief, and then he too burst into laughter. The irony, Jerry thought as he joined his friend in laughter. It was indeed a journey to remember, a journey that turned into a comedy skit itself. And so Jerry Cross's unusual time travel journey came to an end. He did manage to share the gospel with Laurel and Hardy as he intended, and he did manage to create a memory that would last a lifetime. A memory filled with laughter, absurdity, and the realization that sometimes the best laid plans can lead to the most unexpected outcomes. And who knows, maybe Laurel and Hardy did take something away from Jerry's passionate narration of the gospel. After all, comedy often holds a mirror up to life, reflecting the truths that we often overlook. Perhaps Jerry's gospel did the same in a way that was as humorous as it was profound.